Okay, cool. I can just go. All right, so genuinely, I think I'm doing a lot better. Thank God. I think the for 2024, especially towards the end of it, it was probably the most like fulfilling but most difficult year I've had to deal with. And I think it's more because of the fact that as crazy as my career was getting, everything around my life was just becoming so much harder in a sense of balance. I have a fiance now, and, be with my family, working a job, trying to make enough money to pay these bills and pay off, so many things with music. And it gets difficult. So there was a lot of times where I'm just, praying for certain things and like hoping that it could get to that point where I just feel like a stress relief. I made a specific prayer. I was like, I want to just sit down and create. I dropped my last piece of music in the mid-December. So I was like, all right, if I'm dropping in December, I want the whole January to myself. Now, it may not have happened the way I wanted it to, but I was literally forced home because my car stopped working for we didn't have enough money to take it to a mechanic. And thank God my father is he knows how to work on cars and stuff. So we bought the parts, and whenever he had free time, we would work on it. But, you know, in order for me to make money, I use my car a lot. So when, during the time of January, I was literally working on my next project and just doing every little thing, making it my most vulnerable, experimenting and all this stuff, to the point now that I'm just like, wow, you gave me exactly what I asked for. It may not have been the way that I wanted it, because of course I wanted to be in my car and be around and stuff, but I was literally forced to be home and be in the studio in my house and just work on it. And if it wasn't for that, I don't think I'd be able to make the music that I was, creating now. Being a creative and all that, I see a sense of selfishness that comes with it, and there's a lot of guilt that comes with that as well. But I try to do as much as I can for a lot of other people and try to make a lot of time, because if I just sit down and just think about the pressure all the time, it's just like, I don't feel like anything gets done. I rely on prayer a lot and just making sure that I keep us, that I have enough strength to be able to just keep pushing. So I always say that if I wake up every day and I still got that hunger in me to keep doing something, or just moving on to the next thing, like I'm blessed enough to be able to just keep going. There's a reason why you felt that this morning. There's a reason why you have that itch in you to keep doing it. Everybody's putting on a front for everybody to enjoy out of entertainment. And entertainment is dope and all that type of stuff. But, I was always a fan of music that came from a real place. And my parents always told me that, if you're going to do anything, make sure that you represent who you are as a person, because everybody else is taken. You are the only you that can speak on how you feel. And I always try to think about that as much as possible. I feel that I feel like more than ever, like as the internet continues to get bigger and bigger, with the amount of information that we're getting nowadays, it's like we're constantly adjusting at a rapid pace. And I truly believe that people can tell when you are putting up a front now more than ever. Even like with marketing and stuff, sometimes people can see that there was a beef that was created or something just to go sell a record. Like, people back in the day, people didn't really pay attention to that just because there wasn't as much information now, but people are starting to see things. The curtain is open like more than ever right now. So it's like I just always wanted to be on the other side of that, of just being, if you're not going around lying, if you're not the one going around, if you're not lying in front of a bunch of people, you don't have to remember the lies. You could just continuously just be you and just say your truth to whoever you're around. That way you could just feel original and authentic. My parents, they never played any like hip hop in the house. They would always play like if we were going to sleep, they'll play like classical music and stuff to kind of keep us calm. Or like my mother would play a lot of like Sade and Seal and like all these people. And at the time, I didn't really appreciate the music, but as I grow older, you start seeing a difference. So I was like, yo, this is incredible. And I grew fond of Sade, like becoming one of my favorites now. So like as time went on, I just really always wanted to rap and be in I wanted to be like Bow Wow when I was young. That was really it. Like I thought it was cool to see a kid doing that. So then as I got older, it was just I was able to, really push my limits and see if I was capable of doing this. So it was something that I gave my all to for the last, wow, this is about to be year 10 or 11. That's crazy. But yeah, so like to be able to just take all this time and see the growth from then till now, it's like, damn, if you could tell your younger self like that you would be doing this, you probably would have been super hyped because I didn't think that was possible when I was young. So to be able to do the things I've done, travel the country off of music, get sponsorships off of music, make money off of music, which is incredible. That's like the best paycheck ever because it's just like, oh, this is something I created. I had a very long time where I had a strong tunnel vision with not thinking about anything else. I would continuously just do this and I wouldn't have fun. I wouldn't like enjoy life. I would just work and try to, I'll be like, yo, we could do that when this happens. We could do that when this happens and all that stuff. But like, what if you die tomorrow? You didn't even get to do any of that stuff. So, I went on my first vacation with my fiance and then I felt a feeling that I wasn't familiar to. And it was more of the whole finding happiness in a different area that is unfamiliar. And, once I got back, I just didn't know I didn't know how to balance it anymore because it was like, oh, I want to feel that thing again. And it was difficult because like you don't think about, oh, let me start enjoying life a little more. Let me do this, let me do that. Everything is about balance because too much of anything is a problem. And some people say, yo, when you go on vacation, you come back motivated and stuff. I know what that is now. Like after having done that and understanding and adjusting all of that, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And I get excited to do that. But since that was my first time really feeling that, it was just like, I don't know how to get out of this. I don't know how to do anything. Do I really want to do this? Do I really like, is this the path? And like, it was a confusing time for like a good 3 to 4 months. I couldn't write a word. I couldn't do nothing. And then I forgot what was the song to get me out of it, but it was just like I ended up just realizing that like I guess I found the happiness again, and then I was just working to be like, you know what? Nothing as drastic as a vacation, but what if you just start finding a different type of balance in your life of, okay, maybe you could go to this or do this. How about you don't do any music this day? Go. Why don't you guys go out to eat and go, try to do this or something like that. Stay away from your phone for a couple hours, all of that. So, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying, any of that, but I'm just like, I'm constantly adjusting with just how is it the best way that I could possibly live my life that I can be like, yo, if I die tomorrow, I lived a great life. I love the fact that I was able to do the things that I always wanted to do. And continuously as we go, it's only gonna get higher and higher and higher. But the basic thought of, I wanna have a sold out show. Okay, I had that already. I wanna open up for this artist. I wanna go on a tour. I wanna do this. I wanna do that. And all this when you're just starting out and you start seeing this, oh, I wanna have a fan. I remember when I found out I was in somebody's top 5. I was just like, what? That is crazy. So like, all these things is just like, there's a lot of firsts and there's a lot of like, constant chase of like, oh, I want more, I want more, I want more. But if you were to die tomorrow and you just say, were you able to do the things that you said you wanted to do? A lot of it, yeah. And there's new things that you start thinking about and all that. But the kid who wanted to just rap and have a sold out show, be somebody's favorite rapper, all this type of stuff, I got to experience that. That was cool. my mom always used to say I have the best boys and stuff like that. So we would always think like, we can do anything. We can, if we work hard enough and and put our mind to something, we can really do that. So I guess for me, like we could use rapping as an example. Like even if I sucked, I knew I wasn't good at it at the time when I first started, but like I was literally just any room I was in, I would perform it out to like this is the greatest thing ever. To the point that because I know you can't take my belief away. So it was just, I would constantly work at it and try to get great at it. And then that's what helps build your confidence even more. And I'm not gonna say that I'm confident 24/7. That's a lie. I don't think a lot of people are. More than ever, I think for me, whenever you have those moments of just feeling any different, you got to kind of see where it's coming from. At first, it's not something my parents wanted, of course. Well, they got one of their sons as a rapper, the other one's a producer. So, um, it was really cool to see for my parents to see sold out shows. That was the coolest thing to me. Because I think that was the moment where even my mom saw that like how real it was. I was just like, oh, there's hundreds of people here. What the? And then it got to a point where my mom would just be in the front of every show, but I made a rule for her that she can't be there anymore because it started getting rowdy and stuff. But my father was the one who kind of he turned around pretty fast. He loves the music. He he's very supportive and he helps me out a lot with it. And then my mother, it took her a little while, but she really she loves it. I actually played her a song that I just did recently for my new project, and she said that she wants to hear more songs like that. So that was cool because it was like an experimental one. But yeah, they're very supportive, and I'm grateful for that. Bro, my shows be like family reunions. It'd be cool because it's just a lot of people just there. Um, I don't know. I have a genuine thing with people. I like to check on people and just see how they are. Just the human first more than anything. And a lot of people just come out to just I keep a lot of rapport with people, so they just get to see they want us. They like to support me and see what I get to what I got next and stuff. So I'm really appreciative of the relationships that I build with people, and I have a really good support system for sure. More than ever, though, I think a lot of people come to me to speak about things, like about themselves. And I'm honored to be able to do that for people. I'm very selective of who I actually have these conversations with, because not a lot of people really want to listen. Or I mean, let me rephrase that. They probably just got a lot they're going on for themselves. But for myself, I have my people that I could have these conversations with, and in an honest space, and where I could feel like I'm being heard, and try to express as much as I can, really. But I mainly talk about it in the music more than anything. There's a song I have that I can't even perform it. It's a song called "At This Moment." I've only performed it twice. The first time I performed it, I just like my eyes got really watery and stuff, and I'm just like, nah, I don't want to cry. And then I see my mom in the front of the show, and she's just going like, "Go," and I'm like, "You're not making it any better doing that." Like that's where it felt weird. But I still went through with the song and did it. But I told myself, I'm like, I'm never doing this song again. Why would I do this? And then my last show, we did it at the Sultan Room in Brooklyn, back in August or September, one of the two. Yeah. So we did. It was my headliner show for my project called Phases with On the Radar, and I did the song again. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm finding a place where I could just keep doing the song because it's a great song. For some reason, it just kept catching me every single time, and I think it was because of the subject matter of it. The song was centered around my parents splitting, and I remember when we shot the music video, we did it at a warehouse, like not a warehouse, like an abandoned house somewhere. And it was kind of to resemble like a broken home in a way. And then I remember that I shot it with my boy 20, and he put like flames on the house or something, like in post edits and stuff like that. And it was cool because it was just like the lyrics of the song was centered around like, how I felt at that moment. And the song's called At This Moment. So it was, that was just centered around that with where I felt I was with in my place with my career, just kind of a moment to be like, all right, this is what I'm going through, guys. And that was, that was that. Well, it was a couple years ago. And yeah, I've only performed it twice. When it comes to quitting, like, you could feel the want to quit, but no matter, I say this all the time, it's like, I could feel like this all day, but at the end of the day, where you going, bro? Like, I'm gonna end up doing this regardless. Like, this is just, is what I'm passionate about. Is what I love to do. Is what I think about all the time. So if I were to give it up, I guess I would have to be forced it down, because at the end of the day, it's just like, I don't see myself uh getting rid of that. I feel like it's a big part of who I am, and it allows me to just express myself in that art form. So it's just, I'm appreciative of it. I can't see myself quitting, even though there's times I definitely wanted to like just throw this whole thing away, and then you wake up the next day and you're like, all right, back to work. There's distractions and stuff, but I really, really, really have a safe place in movie theaters. I don't know what it is. It's like that. I really have it feels just, everything just feels still and all that stuff for me for some reason. But other than that, I like sitting outside because where I live, you can see like stars and stuff. But since it's cold, it's been difficult. But for some reason, they've been shining brighter than ever right now. But I really like just like looking at stars and stuff when I'm like sitting outside or something. But other than that, just pray a lot and just, I don't know, try to be as expressive as I can for, because whatever I may be going through, I know there's billions of people in this world. Somebody probably feeling something that can't express it, or be they may not be able to deal with a certain thing, but at least if they hear a certain song, they may feel like they're not the only one. What I've been creating as of recent, it's music that I'm really proud of, and very much more experimental than what people are used to hearing from me. Um, I'm looking forward to getting married. So I don't know when. Like, I have a fiance, and I'm looking forward to getting married. I'm looking forward to starting a family in the next couple years. That would be really cool. Going on tour, being one of the best artists God allows me to be, and just, continue to do the work that using the gift that I was given to the best of the ability. And yeah, that's really that. Having a fiance is cool. I take a lot of pride in stuff like that. Like, I like saying like, oh, I have a wife. Oh, I got, like, that stuff is cool to me. I've never been somebody who likes to just be around with a bunch of different women and stuff. For me, I feel like that with this career path, there's so much instability that, there's something there that I need to feel like that keeps me grounded. I would like something to keep me grounded, and she provides a lot of things I need, in a sense of just like, she's my best friend. She's somebody that I can talk to anytime that she would be listening. She's there for whatever, if I need her, and vice versa. Um, I don't know. I'm grateful to be with somebody like that. I've known her forever. I met her in third grade, which is really cool. We weren't. If people think that when I say that, I'm like, oh, we've been dating since third grade. Nah, we started dating later on in life. But I met her in third grade, and we've been, that's been my right hand for a very long time. So I'm just grateful to be able to be with that person.